So we'll start now. So in the previous class, we have seen the Gauss elimination method, and we have solved a problem of 3 by 3 matrix using the Gauss elimination method. In today's class, we'll try to solve a similar kind of a problem, but this time we will be using 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, so we will be using 4 equations. Okay, so the process remains same. Only thing is the number of calculations now which are involved in solving a 4 by 4 equation. It is going to increase now. Okay, so it is. I mean, let me copy and paste the problem over here. Okay, so this is the problem which we are going to solve today. I hope it is visible to everybody, or shall I write it with the help of pen? Is it okay? It is visible, right? So this is a 4 by 4 equation, and we have to solve it using the Gauss elimination method. So let us use the Gauss elimination method to solve this. So what we can do is we can rewrite these four expression in form of a matrix. So this will be 10, this will be minus 2, this will be minus 1, again this will be minus 1, this will be minus 2, this is minus 1, again this is minus 1, 10, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, this is 10, this is minus 2, minus 2, and 10. Okay, then this will be multiplied by the unknown vectors, that is x1, x2, x3, and x4. Okay, and this will be now equal to 3, 15, 27, and minus 9. Okay, so if you multiply the matrix with the unknown vector, you should get the value of the 3, 15, 27, and minus 9. Okay, so in this particular problem, x1, x2, x3, x4, they are unknowns. And intentionally, I have taken this particular matrix because this particular matrix is called as a symmetric matrix. Okay, so symmetric matrix means what? The term which is there over here. Okay, so this is the first row and second column. Okay, so if you use or if you go for the reverse of this one, so this will be second row and first column. So this particular elements, they will be exactly same. For example, this is 1 and 3, that is first row and third column. So this third row and first column, the values will be exactly same. Okay, so if you draw a diagonal which is like this, so the upper triangle and lower triangle, it is exactly matching as far as the terms are concerned. Okay, so this is called as the symmetric matrix, and whether you use finite element method or maybe a matrix method, you will always end up with a matrix, and that matrix will always be a symmetric matrix. Okay, so upper ka triangle or niche ka triangle, the elements are same. Okay, so that's why I have taken this particular problem. Okay, so now let us start with the solution of this problem. Okay. Okay, so for solving this particular problem, we have to first of all write the augmented matrix. Okay, so the augmented matrix will be something like this. Okay, so let me write down. Yeah, I have already started recording, so not to worry. Okay, so just let me check one more time. Yeah, recording is going on, so not to worry. Okay, sorry, sorry.
Sir, you wrote x1, x2, x3, x4. It would be x0, x1.
Yeah, that's okay, that's okay, no issue. Okay, fine, they are all unknowns. So not a issue. X0, x1 low, yeah, x1, x4 low, they are all unknowns. Okay, so we are right now not working on that, we are working on the matrix. Okay, so this is 10, and this is minus 2, this will be minus 1, this will be minus 1, this will be minus 2, this will be 10, this will be minus 1, again this will be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 10, and this will be minus 2, this will be minus 1, minus 1, minus 2, and 10. And in the augmented matrix, you just draw a dotted line, and here you write 3, 15, 27, and minus 9. Okay, Now remember, in the uh, Gauss elimination method, what exactly we are doing is we are going for the lower triangle, which is indicated with this red color triangle. So this triangle has to be eliminated and this has to be converted into 0. Okay, so right now if you see, we have to eliminate this value. Okay, we have to eliminate this value and we have to eliminate this value as far as the first row is concerned. Okay, so what we will do, we will we'll go for operation in the row wise fashion. Okay, so let us try to eliminate all three values in the first attempt itself. So right now I am operating on the first row. Okay, sorry, not first row, column. Okay, so when you are using the first column, so in the first column what elements you have to make to 0? You have to convert a, this is the second row, and first column, this should be 0. Okay, then you have to use the third row and first column, this should be 0. Okay, I have written wrongly. So third row and first column should be 0, and the fourth row and first column should be equals to 0. Am I right, student? Okay, so if I go for the first one, that is a21 equals to 0. So when I say a21 equals to 0, this means this minus 2 has to be converted into 0. So for this purpose, what I am going to do is I am going for the operation of rows. Okay, so for this purpose, I'll go with row 2 will be something like row 2 multiplied by some factor minus row 1. Okay, why I'm picking row 1 over here? Because the diagonal value has to be considered over there. Okay, now this factor has to be calculated correctly. The simplest way of understanding this factor is, so if you are operating the first column, okay, so if you are operating the first column, you have to choose a element of the first column which is in the diagonal. So diagonal and first column, this is 10. So this particular element is basically nothing but a11, sorry, isn't it? This is a11, और जिसको आपको eliminate करना है, so this elimination is a21. Okay, so this has to be written over here. Okay, I think I have made wrongly. This should be a11 over here and this should be a21. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. Okay, yes,
Yes, sir.
students. Okay, so if you want to operate row 3, so when I am saying row 3, okay, which is over here, I just have to go for operation row 3 multiplied by some factor minus r1. Okay, so again, so since you are operating the first column, so what you have to do, the diagonal element of the first column has to be written uh, in the numerator part, and the same element जिसको आपको eliminate करना है, that has to be written in the denominator part. Okay, similarly if you go for the third row, okay, so this is the third row. Oh, sorry, this is the fourth row. So for the fourth row, the operation will be r4 into r4 equals to r4 into some factor minus r1. Okay, so in this case also, the diagonal which is there in the first column, so this will be a11 and divided by this will be now a41. The simplest way to understand this. Okay, so now let us first of all go for the first one. Okay, so here the r2 will be something like r2 will be r2 into a11. So a11 is basically 10. Okay, divided by a21 is minus 2 minus r1. Okay, so your r2 will be, this will be minus 5 times r2 minus r1. Is it correct? Is it correct, student? बराबर लिखा
Yes.
है? ठीक है, so let us operate on this one also. So this will be r3 will be r3 minus a11 which is 10 divided by a31 is minus 1 minus r1. So your r3 will be something like this will be minus 10 times r3 minus r1. Okay, Similarly, your R4 will be R4 into this will be 10, and again this is minus 1 times R1. So your R4 will be operated with something like minus 10 times R4 minus R1. Okay, so now you have these operations with you. So this entire matrix now it is going to take a different shape. Okay, so I'll be writing only the first row because first row will remain same. So this will be 10, this will be minus 2, this will be minus 1, and again this will be minus 1. Then we have a augmented matrix line, and this will be 3. Okay, so when I'm working on the row 1, so row 1, sorry, second row, that is row 2, it says row 2 is replaced by now 5 times row 2, negative 5 times row 2 multiplied by row 1. Okay, so if you go for this operation, so for example if you take this 2, okay, so this will be if you give me some space over here, so if I work on this one, so this will be minus 5 times r2, so r2 will be minus 2, minus r1 is basically 10, so this is going to become 0. So I am talking about which element over here, a, second row and first column. So as a result of this, here you are going to get 0. Okay, and when I say a31, sorry, a22, that is the second element, that is the 10th one. So this will be minus 5 into 10 minus 10. How much is this? Anyone?
Minus 50.
Minus 50. So this will be minus 50. Okay, and then similarly you can have something like a 2 3. So this will be minus 5, and this will be minus 1 minus 10. How much is this? Anyone? Is it minus 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this will be minus 5. Okay,
R1 we're keeping it consistent to the value of E11, that is 10.
sorry.
So equation में
Oh,
R1
sorry, my mistake, sorry. This has to be this will be a21. Okay, इसको फिर से लिखते हैं because I think I have made mistakes. Okay, sorry for that. Let us forget it for the time being. Okay, let us do it one more time. Okay, so if I am working on, let us say a21, that is the first one. Okay, so actually the figure is not visible, that's why this is happening. So when I am working on a21, so this will become something like minus 5 into r2 is minus 2, minus r1 value is 10, so that's why it is becoming 0. Okay, so yahan tak theek hai. Then when I am operating on a22, then this will be minus 5 and this will be 10. Okay, and in place of minus 10, I think it is on the top, it is minus 2, which is this value. Okay, so this will be minus 2, so this will be minus of minus 2. Okay, अब बताओ कितना आ रहा है ये? 40
minus 48.
minus 48. Okay, so when I am operating on, let us say a23, so this will be minus 5. So a23, so this will be minus 1, and above also it is minus 1. Okay, so this is minus 1 minus of minus 1. How much is this?
6.
6. Okay, and when I operate some on say a24, this will be minus into, so a24 is again minus 1, and above also it is minus 1. Okay, so this is minus 1 and this is minus of minus 1. This will be also 6, I suppose. Okay, and when I operate on a25, that is the last one, so this will be 5 into, so here you have 15. Okay, so this you have 15 and above you have 3. Okay, so this will be 15 minus 3. How much is this?
Minus 28.
Minus
78.
78. Okay, so now all these value has to be written in the second row, that is 0 and minus 48. So this will be 0, okay, then this will be minus 48, and at the bottom we have 6 and minus 78. So this is 6 and 78. Okay, is it okay, students? This is minus 78, not plus 78. I hope you have understood this. Okay, so now let us operate on the third row now. So I am working on the third row. So third row expression is R3 should be replaced by minus 10 times R3 minus R1. Okay, so when I am going to operate on now, here I'll be operating on a third row and first column. Okay, so a third row first column will be now minus 10 into R3 minus R1. Okay, so if you see, the R3 value is 1, sorry, minus 1, and this is 10. Okay, so this is minus 1 and this is 10. So as a result of this, you are going to get this value as 0. So here now I need to put this value as 0. Okay, so in the second one, so this will be now a third row and second column. So this will be again this is R3. Okay, so R3 there will be some value. Okay, and minus, then there will be some value. Okay, so A32, so okay, so A32 is here, it is minus 1. Okay, sorry, this is minus 1 and this is 10. Okay, so this is minus 10 times, this will be minus 1, and above you have minus 1, and here you have, नहीं मैंने कुछ गलत किया क्या? No, that is okay. So R3 is minus 1, so here R3 is minus 1, but R1 is minus 2. Okay, so this will be minus 2. How much is this? 12. Okay, now if I operate on A33, the same expression is used. Okay, minus this. Okay, so here the R3, the expression is now 10, and above expression is minus 1. So this is 10 and this is minus 1. How much is this?
minus 99.
Minus 99. Okay, and when I operate for A44, sorry, A34, so this will be minus 10 into this minus R1. Okay, so 4 is basically, this is minus 2, and here at the top we have minus 1. So this is minus 2 and minus 1. How much is this?
21.
21. And lastly A35. Okay, so this will be minus 10 some, and then this one. Okay, so here we have 27 and then 3. So this is 27 and then we have 3. How much is this?
Minus 270.
Minus
273.
2
73.
minus 273. Okay, so so in order to convert this to 0, we have obtained something like, this is 0 and this is 12, I suppose. Okay, and then we have minus 99. Okay, then we have 21 over here, and then we have minus 273. Is it correct, student? कोई कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक्स नहीं है? ठीक है. So on the similar lines, now you have to operate on the last row. Okay, that is A41. Okay, so A41 will be something like minus 10 into this minus R1. Okay, so you can see, let me write down all the values. So A42, A43, okay, A44 and A54. Okay, okay, so this will be minus 10 into this minus this, again this will be minus 10 into this minus this will be minus 10 into this minus some factor minus 10 into this minus this. Okay, So here basically all R4 values will be coming. So this will be -1, -1, -2, this will be 10, and this will be -9. Okay, so here you can see over here these values I have written. Okay, and then R1 values are like over here, that is uh, these are your R1 values, isn't it? So this is 10, -2, -1, -1, and 3. So this is 10, okay, -2, -1, -1, and 3. Okay, now quickly give me the values, please.
Sir, 0, 12,
Okay,
21,
okay.
-99,
Hmm?
87,
87. Okay, so can you repeat one more time so that I can write over here? This is 0, then
12,
okay,
21,
okay,
-99,
all right,
and 87.
80, 87. Okay, I hope everybody is getting these answers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. So now we have successfully reduced the given matrix into a matrix which is having the first column as 0, 0, 0. Okay, so we have completed the first cycle. Let me copy and paste the same matrix over here. Okay, so now in the second stage, what we have to do is we have to now eliminate these two elements, because we have to basically convert the given matrix into a lower triangular matrix. And in the third step, we have to eliminate this. Okay, so now how to eliminate this? So now we will be working on this row and this particular row. Okay, so if I am working on the second row, sorry, the third row, so R3 will be R3 into some factor minus. Okay, so minus, I won't be taking R1 now, because R1 will be changing all the values, so I have to take R2 values over here. Okay, so remember, you have, when if you are operating on this a certain row, so the same coefficient has to be taken over here. So as a result of this, here what you have to write here, you will be working on A2 2, isn't it? ये हमने पहले भी किया हुआ है over here. So this is A11 here at the top, A11 here also at the top, A11, but now here I have to go for A22. Okay, and secondly, at the bottom, so presently what I am doing, I am working on elimination of A32 equals to 0, that is the third row and second column. And here I'll be working on A42 equals to 0. Okay, so whatever coefficient I am eliminating, the same has to be written over here. Okay, in the similar lines you have to write down over here also. So R4 will be R4 into some factor minus now R2, where the factor will be something like this. Okay, let me use different color. Okay, so the factor at the top, you will always have the diagonal element of that particular row. So I am working on the second row, so this will be A22, and this will be the element which you are eliminating, that is 4 and 2. Okay, let me write down over here 4 and 2. Okay, yes students, have you understood this? ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay, so let us go for some operations. So your R3 will be R3 multiplied by A22. So A22 is -48 divided by A32 is 12 minus R2. So your R3 will be something like, ये कितना आ रहा है? -4 minus R2. Okay, as far as this part is concerned, so R4 will be R4 multiplied by, this is -42 divided by A42. So again it is 12. Okay, and this will be R2. So your R4 will be -4 times R3, sorry, not R3, R4 minus R2, same expression. Okay, so your original matrix is going to remain same as far as first row and second row is concerned. Okay, so they are not going to change, because we are operating on now uh, only on the second third row and fourth row. So this will remain same. This is 10, minus 2, minus 1, minus 1. Then we have augmentation line. Then we have 3. This will be 0. This will be minus 48. This will be 6, 6 and minus 78. Okay, so now let us go for operation one by one. So now we have to go for this third row and fourth row. Okay, so in the third row, if you see, there are 5 elements. Okay, so a31, a32, a33, a34 and a35. बराबर है. So you don't have to operate on the first row because a31 it will be always 0. Okay, because if you see, this is minus 4 times r3, so r3 is 0. Okay, and uh, a31 and r2 is also 0 over here. Okay, okay, so second row is this one. Okay, this is your second row. Okay, so this will be also 0. So as a result of this, this is going to remain same. Okay, then we have minus r4, so a32, so this is 12. Okay, and just above this you have minus 48. How much is this? 0. बराबर है.
0, sir.
0 आना ही चाहिए. Okay, then we have minus 4. Then we have the third element is minus 99, and just above minus 99 we have 6. How much is this?
390.
390. Okay, and here you have minus 4, and after 99 we have 21, and just above 21 again we have 6. How much is this? Minus 90.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and lastly we have minus 4 into the third row. I think you have minus 273 minus, and above just 73 you have 78. How much is this?
1170.
1170. Okay, so this will become now 0, 0. This is 390. This is minus 90, and this is 1170. Okay, so similarly now you have to operate on the another column. Sorry, another row. So this will be operating on the fourth row. So this is a41, a42, a43, a44 and a45. Okay, so this will be again minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, and you have r4. Okay, so r4 we have 0, then we have 12, then you have 21, then you have minus 99, and then you have 87. बराबर है ये. Okay, then we have minus, 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 minus. Okay, row 2, row 2, here you have 0, here you have minus 48, here you have 6. Okay, here also you have 6, and here we have minus 78. Okay, so now give me the values please.
0.
This will be 0. Okay, so this will be 0. How about this one?
0.
This will be 0, so definitely this will be also 0. Okay, next one.
Minus 90.
Minus
90.
90, so this will be also minus 90. Okay, and how about this one?
390.
Sorry.
390.
Okay, so this will be also 390, and last one
Minus 351.
minus.
351.
Okay, yes, someone please cross check these answers. Is it correct?
Sir, the last one is minus 270.
Minus
270.
270.
270.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay, is it fine now? ठीक है. Okay, so now you see, we have successfully eliminated some portion of the lower triangle using the two operations. Okay, so let me copy and paste this. Okay, at the bottom. so that now I can operate on the last portion. Okay, so now if you observe, we have eliminated this. Okay, so this is the lower triangle. Now only part which is not yet eliminated is simply this part. Okay, so now I have to just operate on the last third column over here. Okay, so when I am operating on the third column, what operation should I write over here? So your r4 will be r4 into some factor minus now r3, because I am operating on the third column, so I should write r3 over here. Okay, so this sum factor is, if you are operating on the third column, so you have to use a33 over here. ओके, और एलिमिनेट हम लोग किसको कर रहे हैं? वी आर एलिमिनेटिंग ए 43 इक्वल्स टू 0, isn't it? So this is a fourth row and third column. Okay, so only one operation will come into picture over here. Okay, so if you substitute the value, so r4 will be r4 into a33. So this is 390 divided by minus 90 into r3. Okay, so can someone give me what is the value?
minus 13 by
Minus 13 by 3. Is it okay? R4 minus R3. Okay, so now there is no point in writing something like A41, this will be 0, 0 आएगा ही आएगा, A42 ये भी 0 आएगा. Okay, now I have to just operate on A43. Okay, so this is A43, A44 and A45. Okay, so the coefficient is minus 13 by 3 minus 13 by 3 minus 13 by 3. Okay, into R4. Okay, so for R4 we have over here minus 90, we have 390, and this is minus 270, minus minus minus. So you have R3. Okay, so R3 is here, this is 390. Okay, here you have minus 90, and here you have 1170, isn't it? So can somebody give me what are the values? This will be 0 definitely. How about this one?
minus 1600
Minus 1600.
and the third that will
Sorry,
0 0
0 आ रहा है. ठीक है. Okay, so basically now this matrix will take this shape. Okay, same रहेगा. Okay, only thing is now these values, they will be slightly different. Okay, bottommost will be definitely 0. Okay, and we have also obtained this value as 0, only this value is minus 1600. बराबर है. So now if you observe very carefully, we have successfully eliminated the lower triangle and we have made it completely 0. Okay, so things becomes now very simple. Okay, so now let me rewrite this particular expression now one more time at the bottom. Okay, let me copy and paste this. Okay, and paste it over here. Right, so now I have this matrix ready with me, and if you rewrite this into form of a equation, so you are going to get 4 different expression. Okay, so let me rewrite it in the matrix form. So this will be 10 0 0 0, this will be minus 2 minus 48 0 and 0, this will be minus 1, this will be 6, this will be 390 and 0, this will be minus 1 6 minus 90 and minus 1600. So this is a matrix. Okay, so here like in the problem it is mentioned x0 x1 x2 and x3, so I'll write down here x0 x1 x2 and x3. Okay, okay, and this will be now equal to, this will be 3 minus 78 1170 and 0. Okay, यहाँ तक ठीक है? But okay students, is it okay? Okay, so now we will go by the method of back substitution. So method of back substitution means what? We have to go in the reverse order. So here in the reverse order means I am going for the last row multiplication with this column, and it should give me this 0. Okay, so if I write the expression, so this will be 0 times x1 plus 0 times, sorry, this will be x0, 0 times, now you have x1, okay, plus 0 times x2, plus you have minus 1600 into x3. This should be equals to 0, and if you solve this, what you are going to get, x3 is becoming 0 directly. Okay, so there is no need of doing calculations. Now let us go for the second last row. Okay, so if I write the expression over here, so let me write it with the blue pen. So 0 times x1 plus 0, sorry, 0 times x0, 0 times x1, okay, plus 390 times x2, plus you have minus 90 into x3, okay, this should be equals to 1170, out of which the x3 value you have already calculated it at 0. Okay, so as a result of this, you should get the value of x2. X2 should be now 1170 divided by 390. Simple. How much is this? So this is exactly 3. Okay, so now let us operate on the second last row. Okay, sorry, the second row in the reverse order. So if you go for the operation of this, so this will be 0 times x0 minus 48 times x1 plus 6 times x2 plus 6 times x3 equals to, you have minus 78, out of which x3 you have already calculated it at 0, and as far as x2 is concerned, you have just now calculated x2 value as 3. So if you solve this, you should get the value of x1. How much is this? Yeah, the correct answer is 2. Okay, so this is 2. And lastly, let me use the red pen for this. So I am going for the first mode, or sorry, the first row. So this is 10 times x0 minus 2 times x1, then minus 1 times x2 minus 1 times x3. This should be equals to 3, and you have already calculated x3 as 0, okay, x2 as 3, x1 just now you have calculated as 2, and if you solve this, you should get the value of x0. What is the value of x0? 1.
1.
Okay, so this is the answer to the solution. So value of x0, x1, x2 and x3, they are respectively 1, 2, 3 and 0. Okay, so just to cross check this, what you can do is you can go back to your original problem, which was like this, and if you substitute the values over here, you should get the correct answer. Okay, so let me copy and paste this one more time. Sorry. Okay, so let me copy the entire portion. Okay, let me go down, and let us try for the solution of this problem. Okay, so this is what I have drawn. Okay, let me uh, erase these red circles, so that this is my actual problem now. Okay, so yeah, diagonal we can keep, no issue. Okay, so now we have just now calculated the answers to the given solution. So here the x1 value is basically 1, x2 is 2, x3 is 3 and x4 is 0. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll directly write down the answers only. Okay, that will be better. Just a moment. Okay, so it's better if I delete this. Okay, okay, I'll be directly writing down the answers only. Okay, so this will be 1, 2, 3, and 0. Okay, so now if you multiply this row with this column, you should get 3. Please check whether you are getting it or not.
Yes, sir, we are getting
Okay,
for
ये तो आएगा ही
last
आएगा. So this has not to be done. Okay, because you have obtained the values of the unknowns using the first solution. Okay, तो आखिरी में तुमने कौन सा सॉल्व किया था? फर्स्ट सॉल्यूशन सॉल्व किया था. Okay, so don't do this. So whenever you want to check this, you should always use the last row. This I have already informed you in the previous class. So please check if you are multiplying this particular row, that is the last row, with this particular column, and you should get -9. Then and then only your answer is correct. Okay, please check this whether you are getting it or not. You are getting it. Okay, still if you want, you can again cross check this with the multiplication of this row with this particular column, and you should get as -23. Are you getting it? Okay, that's good. So you see the number of calculations which are involved are increasing if you use a higher size matrix. So in the previous class we have done 3 by 3, it was pretty simple, but today you see we took almost 45 minutes to solve a matrix of size 4 by 4. Okay, so it's a time consuming process, and if you imagine, if you are analyzing a building which is having probably a matrix of size 200 by 200 or maybe even more, then manual calculation literally it is not possible. So that's why we are using computers, and we need to develop a program for this. Then and then only you will be able to solve a large size problem like a residential building. Okay, so I hope this method is clear to everybody. कोई ऐसा है जिसको कुछ डाउट है? I don't think there should be any queries. Okay, so in that case we